My name is Laura. I am from Cincinnati, Ohio. I just graduated from Miami University as an art education major in ceramics with a ceramics minor. I found about Highlands through looking for art residencies in North Carolina. After spending a weekend trip in Asheville, I was like, this area is amazing. I want to come back. And so I saw that Bascom had a teaching residency. And so, of course, I was like, I'm an art teacher, I can apply for this. So I did, and here I am. So my initial responsibility was to host and teach art camps to kids around the ages of 7 to 12 for about 3 to 4 days. And so it would be a lot of hands-on learning, a lot of interactive stuff, and that kind of got thrown out the window when we have to social distance and all of that. So kind of the way that we pivoted and done a 180 is like, okay, well, since we can't individually educate the community, how can we kind of get it into their hands and help them figure out ways to still engage with art over the summer. And so thus was born the Take and Make. So we've just been kind of creating a structure, or just being like, here's a step-by-step, now you try. So just kind of equipping people to also engage with art. So my work kind of explains communicating like a spiritual and metaphorical narrative connecting with nature, and kind of like creating like a contemporary understanding of the way we understand deeper truths about the way we interact with people, the way we interact with nature. Specifically, my biggest drawing I have done this summer is fig leaves. And so that's kind of an ode to the Black Lives Matter movement and just coronavirus and just the way that we have been isolated and understanding shame and the way that we shame one another and ourselves. And so at the end of the day, my work is kind of for the purpose of making conversations and asking questions. And also just making things beautiful. So yeah, most of my conversations have happened with Billy in the studio, and also living with the ceramics resident Leanne. We've just had some like really cool conversations of me being like, hey, I'm working on this idea or this concept. How have you seen this play out in your relationships or the way that you're processing contemporary events right now? But yeah, the conversations have really kind of fueled and deepened my understanding of the way that these are applicable, and it's just kind of like a starting point of like, what do you know about mushrooms? they're the in-betweeners of you often hear about spring and fall and like winter and like as in seasons, but you never really see the transition between from death to life. And so mushrooms are kind of this picture of redemption and resurrection for creation and for nature. I don't know, I think sitting in that in-between of, that's kind of what quarantine has been, of we're not really able to keep on moving, but a lot of things have died, the way that we understand things. And so if coronavirus and quarantining could be connected to something in nature, I think it'd be a mushroom. I think this summer has been a really cool way to kind of reset, of stepping out of academia, of stepping out of a structured studio space of assignments, of creating for someone else, and kind of figuring out what I'm truly passionate about and what I truly enjoy in creating, and also being able to tap into an avenue of education that I probably would have never done if I wasn't involved with this current residency of developing an online remote learning platform. So the overall experience has been really cool, challenging, but also really refreshing in a lot of ways.